What was this? What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. We are here today to talk about the Braxton Season 2, Episode 7. And the name of the episode is called Walking Down the Hall. So the episode started off with Tamar. Now, Tamar is in the studio, and she said that this is the first time in 3 years where she didn't put out any music or have a #1 record on her birthday.
What?
When you say that you have a #1 record, I'm assuming that you mean the Billboard Hot 100. Or I'll even let it slide if you're talking about the Billboard R&B charts, right? But once we get into all these subgenres and saying #1 on Apple Music R&B digital sales, or #1 in slow jams, or #1 in Zambia urban contemporary, you get what I'm saying? To me, that does not count as a #1 record. And it starts to sound like you're stat padding. And I love Tamar vocally. I'm a person who pays attention to the charts. She only has 3 #1s, and they were only on the Billboard R&B charts, which is a subgenre. One of them is from 2012, one of them is from 2014, and the other one is from 2024. And the last one she got was with the song that she did with Eric Benet. So she does not have these #1 records like she's trying to come off as she does. Tamar says that she had an idea for her next single, but her team wanted to go another direction. And that is something I think that I would struggle with, right? I've seen this quote that said, if you want to make the wrong decision, listen to everyone. And I don't say that to say that you can't get great advice from people, but at this point in Tamar's career, you should have a team for some things, but the singles she put out will make and break her career. And if the outcome is going to be break, at least she would be able to find solace, or at least I would be able to find solace in it being a decision that I made and me not being misled by somebody who I think can do a better job than me. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Hopefully it makes sense what I'm saying. Right? I mean, there's some things that you're going to need help on, but if I come up with a list of songs, I want to be the one, since I'm going to be the one out there singing these songs and promoting it, I want to be the one to make those type of decisions for myself. Tamar says that she's ready to receive her first Grammy. And again, these are the things I pay attention to. Tamar does not have a Grammy, which is why when all of the sisters had the dinners and the blow up, she said that she had a Grammy Award winning voice. And I was like, when the fuck did that happen? Now, I do definitely believe that she should have won several Grammys. I believe that she should have won a Grammy for Love and War, the album. I think that was a great piece of work. And I also think that she should have won a Grammy for Best Vocal Performance for Raise the Bar. Vocally, I think that she performed great. Superb. Like, she literally killed that song. It just goes to show that those awards are really coveted by people in the industry. Singers and rappers, they want to have that Grammy, whether they have them or not.
Nah.
And actors want to have an Oscar. Those awards are considered the standard. So I understand her wanting to have a Grammy. Towanda, we're at Towanda's rehearsal dinner. Now, Trina is the only sister there. I feel like I saw a scholar from the Real Housewives of Potomac there as well. Towanda and Sean gave a speech. Trina gave a toast saying that she's been knowing Towanda all her life because they're 15 months apart. And then Evelyn got up and she said that the reason why Towanda and Trina were 15 months apart was because Mr. Braxton is greedy.
Oh, no, she didn't go there.
Yeah.
Basically, he couldn't get enough of me. They call me Miss Good Pussy, bitch.
Oh, please, darling, cool it down.
And I can't believe she said that. Now, I know that I've seen Mr. Braxton in there early. I think that he probably was still in there when she said it, but I wanted the camera to pan over that to him and his wife. And I wanted to see what was being said.
What you gonna do?
I was shocked that she said that because, you know, sometimes Miss E be seeming so uptight. You get what I'm saying? But when Miss E, I'm telling y'all, when Miss E showed up, baby, Miss E was dressed for the guards, baby. She knew that man was going to be in there, baby, and she wanted to let him know what he's missed. Next, we are at the day of the wedding. In my opinion, I feel like there were so many red flags for Towanda not to go through with this wedding, right? First of all, she got hit by a car. And then second of all, her son Braxton couldn't be there because he was graduating from the Navy. And I'm not a parent yet, but there is no way I would have had a wedding and my son wasn't there.
You're horrible, mother.
I think that Towanda should have planned her wedding around her son's availability. But Towanda was hell-bent on having this wedding on this particular date because of the cutoff for filming for this show. And she wanted us to see her wedding on the show. Now, to me, Towanda seems to have low self-esteem and a low self-worth compared to her sisters. She's not a solo singer. She's the darkest sister. So I think that there's a lot of things that is going on with her in her head. What's interesting to me is that Tracy also struggled with those same feelings. I think that Towanda rescheduling her wedding would have triggered her trauma and fed into that belief that she doesn't matter or is worth anything. So that's why I think that she was just hell-bent on having her wedding on this day and wanting us to see the wedding and not rescheduling or really considering anybody else, not even herself. Because, I mean, she got hit by a car. Her veneer was knocked out of her mouth. Her arm is in a brace. She wasn't considering anybody else. And it's because I think that her self-worth, she wanted us to see her have her day. Towanda is getting ready for the wedding. Towanda is bawling and breaking down. She had a handkerchief with Tracy's signature on it, and it read, "It's about damn time." Now, I wonder, did she have this, or this was a gift that somebody gave to her? Towanda said that she feels like Tracy is there in spirit, but she wished that she was there physically. I really feel bad for Towanda because I know that is a horrible pain to lose a sibling. You know, people always talk about the loss of a parent, but I think that, you know, we grow up expecting to lose a parent at some point. Right? Because we all can't live forever. And naturally, you would think that at some day you're going to wake up and your parent is not going to make it. But you never really think about a sibling like that. And so I know that is a horrible pain that the sisters feel. Toni ended up showing up, the diva that she is. Toni showed up just in time to get dressed. I don't know. I don't like the way that Toni is appearing on this show. Toni don't have no time to fellowship with her sisters before the wedding at all. When Toni came in, it was time to get dressed. Brooke came out in her dress that she designed. Everybody told her she looked beautiful.
And bitch, who? Who?
Brooke looked a mess. Brooke looked a mess from the rooter to the tutor, from the top of her head to the bottom of her feet. Brooke looked a mess. So the wedding started. We see Miss E and Mr. Larry. Now, me seeing Mr. Larry at the wedding, he looked a little sweet.
Real delicate. Not delicate.
Like he was one of the girls or something like that. Did y'all see it? Did y'all see it? I didn't see it last week, but I'm seeing it now. He looks a little dainty.
You my sister, girl.
Trina Erickson is there in the audience with his wife. I didn't see Caleb. I'm wondering, was Caleb actually in the wedding? We saw Tony's son Diesel in the audience, but we didn't see Denim. I didn't see Denim walk down the runway. My thing is, how do you pick which niece or nephew you're going to put in your wedding? For me, either all of them would have to be in the wedding or none of them will be in it. And I would think that out of 28 people, you could have fit all of your nieces and nephews in the wedding. Now, I'm wondering, did they just decline? Did they just say, look, I ain't got time for it. I don't want to do it because, you know, Towanda was doing a lot. Towanda had 5 motherfucking events. You get what I'm saying? And so there was a lot to do. Now, I don't know if Vaughn did the same thing. And then I also wonder when people have these wedding parties, like, for instance, with Vaughn, and Denim is one of the younger groomsmen. When Vaughn have his celebration, does that mean that Denim has to be in attendance of anything that Vaughn is throwing? Because I didn't see, maybe Vaughn don't have any sisters or anything like that or whatever, but I'm pretty sure some of the 28 bridesmaids, I wonder how many of them was Vaughn's sisters or cousins or his good friends that just happened to be women that had to be on Towanda's bridesmaids list, right? And me thinking of all this, then I got to think, who is the wedding really for, right? Because I feel like your loved ones and the people who are closest to you are usually going to be in the wedding. So who is the actual performance of the wedding or getting married for?
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
It just seems like a waste of money to me. I'm sorry, and I don't want to seem negative about that. I'm just saying, it just really had me thinking. Well, she got 28 bridesmaids. She wanted all her sisters to be there. They say that Logan was in the wedding. We just didn't see him, right? She got her nephews and stuff in the wedding. Her daddy was walking her down the aisle. You get what I'm saying? Who is the wedding really for? Vaughn? I am going to talk about this wedding, and I got to be honest. I got a lot to say, and I can only tell you what's on my heart. I am a positive person, but I'm an honest person. And so if I'm going to talk about this wedding, I got to be honest.
Oh, here we go.
Now, Sean came out. I didn't know that Sean was built like that. A lot of times, you know, men can hide their weight in their clothes, and they can hide their weight well. And you can't really tell how big Sean is. And also in his suit, you can see that Sean got childbearing hips.
Yes, baby.
He's kind of built like Corey Gamble a little bit. He got some hips on him, baby. He got a shape.
I was just, you know.
You better go.
Because they said.
Toni came down the aisle. Toni, baby, be killing me in the outfit she be wearing. Toni swears she a sex kitten. Toni looked like that she had on a panty and a bra with a cover up on top of it. And Toni pushing 60. And it's not to age shame or something like that or whatever, but I don't think that Toni ever been no girl to be walking around with a panty and a bra. Now, she did look good in the He Wasn't Man Enough for Me video with the little silver outfit that Kayla recreated. But, you know, Toni be killing me. Now, all of the bridesmaids had on brown, but they didn't have on the same dress. I thought that was tacky. Trina came down the aisle. I'm sorry, it wasn't giving wedding. The bridesmaids and stuff, hair wasn't the same, nothing. To me, it was tacky. It was tacky, and I'm a little confused because Towanda said that she went all out and she set up every detail of the wedding.
Is it supposed to look like that?
Towanda's wedding looked cheap. It looked cheap all the way down to her dress. The dress just looked cheap. The dress just looked cheap. Now, I will say this. Towanda had a mean-ass walk when she was walking down the runway. That's the best thing that I can say about the wedding. Baby, she had a mean-ass walk when she was walking down the runway, baby. It was given. She been waiting on her moment. Now, she was walking down the aisle, baby. She did. They said I do. We didn't get any nuptials. Next, we got Tamar. Tamar was meeting with Taz. Tamar shares with Taz that Toni and Trina are on for the sisters retreat. But Towanda won't be in attendance because she's going to be going on her honeymoon. And Tamar is worried about that because her biggest issue is with Towanda, and she just want to resolve. I don't think that Tamar going to get her resolved with Towanda, honestly, because she owe you $50,000. I could look at that wedding and tell her she don't got no $50,000 to give you. Because the wedding was given budget. The dress was given budget. The wedding looked, it looked cheap. It looked cheap. Tamar says the day of the blow up haunts her, and she's hoping that they can come back from that. I think that Tamar knows that they will be able to come back from it, which is why she keeps behaving the way that she does. Because she knows that they will be able to come back from it. And that's why family sometimes will do you how they do you, because they know at the end of the day, y'all family, and they're expecting you to forgive them at some point. Tamar said that she's willing to say she's sorry, and Tamar is willing to say she's sorry because she already had her moment.
Like what?
Like, that's the reason why.
When they was at that dinner scene, Tamar was front and center, had center stage. Tamar had her moment. It was recorded, and people went up for it. People loved it. They were saying that she was good TV. She had her moment, and afterwards she can apologize for it, but she got what she wanted to gain, and she wanted her moment. Tamar in the confessional said that she apologized to her sisters for not keeping her shit, and she apologized to her sisters, although what they did to her. Girl, what did they do? You got a name on the cease and desist. It says Michael Braxton. Let's keep it there. It's giving fake. It's giving stunt queen, and I see through it. Next, we at Towanda's wedding. We at the reception. They taking pictures, okay? Now, let's get on Vaughn. So earlier that morning at around 7 o'clock, Vaughn's doctor received some lab results, and Vaughn was told that he needs to go to the hospital immediately. Now, a doctor was at the wedding and told Trina that Vaughn needs to get to the hospital immediately. This is a different doctor that told Trina that. So Trina is leaving the wedding to take Vaughn to the hospital because they said that he could have a heart attack or a stroke at any given moment. Now, despite the lab results being bad, Vaughn said that he's feeling better than he's felt in 2 years. So it's hard for him to believe that he is sick as he is, but the people say he's sick. Vaughn said that he didn't want to ruin Towanda's wedding. I'm sure he thought that if he went to the hospital that Trina wouldn't have went to the wedding. But I think that Trina is sound enough for them to have you at the hospital, make sure you're straight, get to the wedding and fulfill her duties and bounce, right? And the thing is, Vaughn will piss me off. And I would help my spouse. I would really help anybody. However, you got to help me help you. So you have to be 100% transparent so I can help you and also try to make the best decision I can to maneuver in the way that I need to. So Trina, at 7 o'clock, Trina could have took Vaughn to the hospital. She could have spoke with the doctors, ensured that he was be okay, and came up with a plan so that she could still go to the wedding and receive updates on his status while she's still being there for her sister on her sister's big day. But all of this bullshit that Vaughn is doing is just bullshit. It's just bullshit. We're back at the reception. I'm sorry, baby. It was ugly.
Ugly. Ooh. Ugly.
I'm sorry. It was ugly. I don't know what it was, if it was the purple in it, and the purple and chocolate just didn't go together. To me, it just looked ugly and cheap and tacky. It did. I'm sorry. I did like that they had hummingbirds hanging in honor of Tracy. I do think that was really big of Towanda for her to honor Tracy in that way on her wedding day. Now, Towanda is looking for Trina. Toni doesn't want to tell Towanda what Trina is because it'll probably ruin her day. And so Toni is trying to get an update from Trina to see what's going on and see if she will be on her way back. Then Towanda is looking for her dad, probably because she wanted to have a daddy-daughter dance, but they can't find him. So I'm wondering, did he leave? Did he leave? That's crazy. I would expect for a wedding for her to have. I mean, if she planned the wedding and went all out like she said that she did, I would expect him to know that he was going to have a daddy-daughter dance. So he left. Toni wants to leave, but she can't leave because Trina is already gone. And Toni ended up telling Miss E, baby, I can't sit here for that long.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Is it lupus related? That she can't sit there that long? I don't understand why Toni can't sit at her sister's wedding. I bet that she'll sit her ass at the Grammys all night long. How come she can't sit at her sister's wedding? So Sean ended up throwing his garter. Towanda ended up throwing a bouquet. And then they ended up cutting the cake. Did y'all see that sad ass cake?
Oh my God.
The cake was basically 4 purple pillows. And it didn't have no height on it. Baby, that cake is sad than a motherfucker. That cake was sad than a motherfucker. Y'all, this is, baby. Towanda, you planned this? What Giselle say? Robin, you did all this? Towanda, you did all this? Towanda said that she planned every detail, baby. This is a mess. This is a mess. Baby, this old po-ass wedding, girl, no. Toni ended up introducing Towanda and Sean, and she asked everybody to get up and do the electric slide. Baby, they showed Mr. Larry, baby, that electric slide was kicking Mr. Larry's ass, baby. Do you hear me? He didn't know what was going on. And I was expecting a man of his age to know how to do the electric slide. I remember I probably have been to probably 2 weddings in my life by the time The Best Man came out at Blockbuster. Because the first time I seen The Best Man, it was on Blockbuster. And so at the end, when they was playing Candy at the end, that was my first time seeing the electric slide. And I remember me, my brother, and my sister, my mama teaching us how to do the electric slide because we didn't know how to do it. So I'm surprised that Mr. Larry old ass don't know how to do the electric slide. Towanda is still looking for Trina. And the thing is, I know that people probably be like, girl, why are you worried about Trina? Because they are sisters. They're practically best friends. And I'm sure that she wanted to share moments with her on her wedding day. So she asked Toni to just tell her the truth. And that was the end of the episode. So what did y'all think of the wedding? I thought that it was tacky. I thought that it was ugly. I thought that it was, baby, this was a mess. This was a mess. Honestly and truthfully, this was one of the worst weddings I ever seen. I've seen weddings in person. Towanda is somebody that is on reality TV, so she's supposed to be living a certain type of lifestyle.
Are you sure?
I've seen weddings in person that look better than this. This was a mess. I don't think that it was nothing. The best thing about the wedding was Towanda walking down the aisle. And it wasn't because of her dress, it was the walk. Now, she did give a walk. I got to give it up for that. We got to give it up for that, baby. But I can't give her nothing else. And Brooke, baby, please. Okay? And y'all let me know in the comments. I'm not trying to be negative, but I really want to know who a wedding is for. I'm just wondering, because if you think about it, right, you're going to probably have your nephews and nieces as the flower girls or the ring man. Your brothers and sisters are probably going to be your bridesmaids and groomsmen. Your mommy and daddy probably going to give you away. Right, I remember Candace got married on the Real Housewives of Potomac, and she had her real daddy walking her down the aisle. Then midway, her stepdaddy came down the aisle, and then when she got to the altar, Dorothy came up there right before she got to the altar. You get what I'm saying? So usually people have people, you know, all of their loved ones are participating in the wedding, and so who is the performance really for? Who is the performance really for? Because it seems like everybody's a part of the program. But y'all, that's all I got right now. I'm about to watch episode 8 to see what's going on. And I'm happy that we done with this. Because I've been having a lot on my plate lately. But thank y'all so much for clicking on the video, y'all. I really appreciate the love and support. And I'll see y'all later. Adios.